everyone, especially to you, Sir Anthony Gamali. I'm Rapi Andronimus. Today, we will discuss the topic of Chapter 1, Filipino Influence, Traits, and Characteristics. General concepts of character. The term was derived from the Greek word kerosene, referring to an engraving instrument originally used of a mark impressed upon a coin or the mark cut by it. Then it was applied to a distinctive mark of the personality, and gradually to the sum total of such marks. Each individual one is being called characteristics by Bartimer in 2009. Basically, character is defined as a psychological notion that refers to all the habitual ways of feeling and reacting of a person that distinguish one individual from another. It is the trademark of being a person. Character is defined by American Psychiatric Association. Signifies the relatively fixed or continuing group of an individual personality attributes of one person or the characteristic pattern of behavior of an individual. The social, emotional, and intellectual manifestations of a character are called personality, and character is roughly equivalent to personality. Harban's 2011 noted that character is the index of the stage of mind of a person. It is the sum total of motivation one gives to the persons around him and also the course correction whenever there is a desire. When there is a dire need for same. It may differ as an individual differs, but one thing is certain: the special characteristics form the solid basis of the stability in the society of which he is a part. Character thus is an index of a person standing in the society. What is character formation? Character formation, as defined by Donald 2006, is the process by which the individual, through interaction of biology transmitted predispositions which the environment, develops stable pattern of functioning, thinking, and feeling. It is also known as character building. It is that deeply internalized pattern of values and attitudes and the consequent actions that are often established in precognitive times of life through the natural and normal educational patterns that are appropriate for young children. Nursing, weaning, toilet training, birth of sibling, and the early relationship to the parents, especially to the mother, are some of the examples of character formation. Character traits are usually formed through the identification with parents and other important adults in the child's environment. Everyone is partly responsible for one's character. Aristotle noted that character develops over time as one acquires habits from parents and the environment, either through reward and punishment. Developing a good character is much learning to play a musical instrument. Initially, an individual may be under some pressure to practice, but eventually enjoys playing with skill and understanding. Hartman 2013. Contributing factors for character formation. Number 1. Parental influence. Parental influence is the most important of all the factors responsible for personality development. The way parents behave with a child, how much he is allowed to socialize, the kind of culture he is subjected to by them, and the emotional makeup of his parents. All these have a great bearing on the child's mental growth in early stage of their human existence. Children adopt their parents' mannerism. Thus, parents should be careful in their ways for the established influence to their children's character. Number 2. Home environment. whom as a crowd of human character and personality largely contribute to the character formation of a child. It is said that the parents are the first educators of the children. It is their parental guidance and discipline that creates the kind of character, personality, and attitude the child has. Parents should make sure that the child incorporates the positive emotion in this personality and stays away from the negative ones. A child needs both his parents to develop his personality. An absent father can be a negative influence on the child. To make a child a confident, positive person, parents should avoid being too authoritative, trying to discipline excessively, criticizing the child, discouraging him, comparing him with others, and being partial. Number 3 is school environment. The total development of a child's character and attitude. Besides the home environment, a child's school environment too plays a major role in shaping child's personality. Once a child starts going to school, he learns how to interact and deal with his peers. He comes to know how to engage in playing according to the rules and regulations. He gets educated and learns how to read, write, and communicate effectively. A child's personality greatly influenced by the he is treated at school, both by this by, both by his teachers as well as his peers. The school enforces the education that the child needs at home fails to provide. Number 4, culture. Everyone has different character and values because of different cultures where everyone is exposed. Sociologists found out that different cultures have different values and a child grows up with them, subconsciously absorbing the same. Influence of the culture in personality and the social development cannot be ignored. Those who were born grown up with Western countries are influenced to be individualistic and competitive, while those children brought up in Asian, African, and South American countries are taught to be cooperative. Infancy, toddlerhood, preschool, and school age are the various phases that a child passes through, and each of these stages has its own share of the problems and challenges which a child has to overcome, which with his parents' assistance to turn out to be a well-developed personality. Factors that influence Filipino character formation. Number 1, home environment, social environment, culture and language. Number 4, history. Number 5, educational system. Number 6, religion. Number 7, economic environment. Number 8, political environment. Number 9, mass media. Number 10, leadership and role model. Determining character of personality types. 5 factors that determine character or personality traits. Number 1, openness. Appreciation for a variety of experiences. Number 2, conscientiousness. Planning ahead rather than being spontaneous. Number 3, extraversion. Being sociable, energetic, and talkative. Number 4, agreeableness. Being kind, sympathetic, and happy to help. Neuroticism. Inclined to worry or be vulnerable or temperamental. General types of characters. Number 1, positive character or good character or positive trait. These are attributes such as integrity, honesty, courage, loyalty, fortitude, and other important virtues that promote good behavior and habits. Further, it is said that being honest and taking responsibility for your actions are admirable qualities. And B. Adaptability and compatibility are great traits that can help you get along with others. C. Drive and determine will help you to keep going no matter what. D. Compassion and understanding mean you relate well to others. Patience is a virtue and also a good personality trait. Courage will help you to do what's right in tough situations. G. Loyalty is a good quality to possess, making others trust you. Number 2. Negative character or negative trait. A person's predisposition to commit evil acts. A propensity for lying in order to avoid responsibility for our actions. In a disposable quality. Being rigid, unselfish, unyielding to the needs of others are not endearing qualities. C. Being full of laziness and excuses is sure to drive others away. 2. A hot temper and an inability to empathize with others will also alienate us from others. E. Being quick to anger will turn people away. Being disloyal, quick to talk about others behind their backs or worse, stab them in the back of personal gain also falls high on the scale of negative personality traits. Number 3. Neutral character or neutral trait. Commonly used to describe a person who doesn't pick sides in disputes. Neutral also picks anything that refers to the bold. A. Judges, for example, must remain totally neutral when hearing a case. B. Manners. Maven says that it's best to remain neutral when topics like politics and religion come up during a party. C. Boxers can lock the neutral corners in the ring to escape a punch. Types of characteristics. Characters. Number 1. Self-realized character. A person with this type of character is ever enthusiastic for he knows his potentialities and limitations. This sort of a character is an asset not only to the family but also society in which person lives. Number 2. Covetous character. This refers to a jealous or acquisitive character. It is held that persons with greed will endeavor to go all out collecting worldly possessions and fulfilling his personal petty ambitions by adopting any means open to him, even crossing all the limits and moral ethnical limits. In effect, the person will become most arrogant, repulsive, slanderer, and fully bereft of any moral feelings for the humans. He is burdened not only the family but also the society in which he lives. 3. Superstitious character. Superstitious character. In a way, all are superstitious, but when we're over superstitious, then the problem starts. It is not merely bad for the individual concerned, but also for those who come in contact with this unpredictable person who may change his tag any moment, thus leaving everybody around in the lurch. Too much reliance on superstitions also robs us of scientific temper and forward-looking approach in our life. But we should not compare superstitious and traditionalist. Egoistic. Number 4. Egoistic, overbearing or bossy, or tall talker. The person who thinks that the world runs due to him and everything and everybody should respect him as such. His overbearing and bossy disposition puts him in the category of hard to please or fastidious. This person learns his lesson after sometimes. This fellow a damn care attitude hardly cares for others. This sort of egocentric character is the bane of any society. irrespective of their status in the society. 5. Antisocial character. A person who neither cares for the norms set by the society nor cares for the moral or ethical values is an antisocial character. This character is a sinner and a criminal. He could also be termed as an offensive character. This like character resorts to offense besides being abusive on even a pretext. This antisocial behavior cuts him off from the community in which he is living and has to fend for himself ultimately for his acts of omissions and commissions. 6. Insincere character. When a person does something good for us, we express our sincere thanks and go extra mile in the being sincere to that person's in whatever way it is possible for us. Contrarily, a person who thinks other is there for serving him and is without any warmth in the feeling for others. This like person is not only a sincere to his own family, society, and even to the Creator who had created him. Number 7. Complacent character. We all should have confidence on ourselves. It is a good for day-to-day functioning of our society. But when we cross the threshold of confidence and step into the real realm of complacency, then problem starts. A person who imbibes this trait finally faces ignoble defeat for being so unlearned a lesson. The 6 pillars of good character. Number 1. Trustworthiness. This is the pillar of good character that is considered the most complicated of the 6 core ethical values and concern a variety of qualities like honesty, integrity, reliability, and loyalty. When a person is trusted, he is given a greater leeway and no need to be monitored just to assure that they meet their obligations. When they are trusted, we develop in them higher esteem which may be satisfying to them. They must constantly live up to expectation of others and refrain from having small lies or self-serving behavior that can quickly destroy relationships. A. Honesty. There is no more fundamental ethical value than honesty. Honesty is associated with honor. Thus, a person of honesty is a person of honor, and he is admired and trusted because of his being straightforward. A person of good character must be a person of honesty in both communications and conduct. Honesty in communications is expressing the truth as best we know it and not conveying it in a way likely to mislead or deceive. 3 dimension of honesty. Truthfulness, presenting the facts to the best of our knowledge. Take note that intent is the crucial distinction between truthfulness and truth itself. Being worthy is not the same thing as lying, although honest mistakes can still damage trust insofar as they show sloppy judgment. Number 2, sincerity. One must observe genuineness being without trickery or duplicity, for it includes all acts, including half-truths, out of the context statements, and even silence that are intended to create beliefs or leaving impressions that are untrue or misleading. 3. Candor. In relationship involving legitimate expectation of trust, honesty may also require candor, for rightness and frankness, imposing the obligation to volunteer information that other person needs to know. Number 4, integrity. Persons of integrity are those who act according to his beliefs, not according to expediency. He also consistent. There is no difference in the way he makes decisions from situation situation. His principles don't vary at work, at home, or at home, in public, or alone. Number 5. Reliability. Promise keeping. Reliable persons are those who keep their promises, for he believe that doing so creates legitimate basis for another person to rely on him, and that he undertakes special moral duties. They accept the responsibility of making all reasonable efforts to fulfill their commitments, because promise keeping is such an important aspect of trustworthiness. That's all for 3 dimensions of honesty. And that's all, sir. Thank you.